Well, I probably should have come on sooner than this because I was working on the tank, and I don't know. I really don't, for me to come on every night and go over exactly what I'm doing, I'm not sure that's interesting content. I've had this fuel tank in and out of this airplane 3 times. I'm going to talk about Casminato fuel tanks. This is a Casminato fuel tank, and it wouldn't draw fuel from this, and I couldn't figure out why. So I shook it around, and it had a slight clunk in it, but it wouldn't draw fuel, period. I thought, well, shit, the hose must have come off. Well, that wasn't at all. It had some kind of 5-micron filter in there that was scabbed over with a fuel booger, and it wouldn't draw. So I put the clunk tank in it and ran it, and it ran fine. So I got another tank. We're going to try this. Because of the logistics, I'm not going to be able to do this stream and then take it down to the yard and run this airplane. But we'll run it 5 ounces worth to make sure it runs 5 minutes, which they burn about an ounce a minute. I just got a letter from Dixon, and I'll read it to you so you'll know what to expect. In my Tom Dixon voice, I am sending this for a heads up. I'd like to do a video/live stream at Brodaks on Monday evening on internal combustion engines. We did this a few years ago in a similar way, but I don't think you recorded it. You just streamed it. Say at 6:30 as before. No need to reply unless you don't want to do it. Well, that's content. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do it 2 ways. I'm going to live stream it and video record it, and the edited version will be put up for the members, at least to begin with, anyway. Anyhow, I have this thing back together. Need to turn it over and set the prop. I'm definitely hoping, and I won't know this till tomorrow because I'm not going to go out there, and it's getting late. I'm not going to go out there and try to run this tonight. I'll do that tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. Get all the neighbors up. This airplane's giving me a fit so far this season. But this is the one I want to fly at the Nats. It's either this one or my blue, and I will work. I will work on trimming them up at Brodaks. We got a problem here. Got a back plate that's bent. There it is. So this is basically what I'm doing this evening. I'm not doing much. That's why the content hasn't been rolling, because I'm getting ready for Brodak. Tomorrow, I'll take the back seat out of my car, build a platform. today was old people shopping day, so we had to do our grocery shopping. Yeah, I think that was another part of the problem. I had bad fuel and a plugged fuel tank. Get in there. Good evening, Roy. I repaired my car yesterday. Paint job on the door. I don't know if you guys know what happened, but I was washing the car with a high pressure washer. My car is a Saturn, so it's plastic. And paint adhesion on plastic is crap. And I just went, and it peeled a big sheet of paint off the car door, big black spot. So I took my DA down there and sanded the door, and I went to Sherman-Williams, got correct color match paint, sprayed it on there. It ain't perfect, but it's a whole lot better than a big black spot on there. And I painted it with 2K clear, and I'll buff it out tomorrow. It's been a couple of days, so we'll be able to sand it and buff it, see what it looks like. Those are the kind of things you learn from model airplanes, how to fix your cars and all that. I met a real nice lady today from Korea, and when I found out she was from Korea, I told her about John Paris watching Stunthanger in Korea, and I showed her a picture where they were. I know that place. I know that place. So it can't be a very big place. So that was kind of cool. Got a $10 discount on a screensaver from her just because I knew John. So that was worth it. Now we're going to weigh this up with the right tank back in it, see what it weighs. See if we're back down to reality. I'd like to change this 3-blade prop out, but I don't really have a good 2-blade prop for it. Have to look around for a Phelps undercamber, I guess. That may be good enough. Try it anyway. So let's weigh this thing up. I also want to check the tip weight because it has plenty of tip weight in it. Yeah. I usually only run about a 1/4 ounce of tip weight. Anywhere between a 1/4 and a half. I don't remember what I put in this. Yeah, take 50% of this out. A big solder wad in here. Let's see how much this is. Start throwing around that weight. I can really tell. They They don't fly good like that. Let's see. And we can't have it set to the inside. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Of course, I'll have to fly it and see if it's all right. I'm trying to sort out some really strange goings on that's happening in a trim. That's 6. That's 6, so 12 grams. That's a half an ounce. I guess I better leave it in until I go fly it, because I moved the lead outs forward. I lightened up the tank. I'll just leave this in here for now, and I get out to the field and fly. We'll see about taking weight in or out of it. It's only a half an ounce. I certainly don't want it coming in on me. I'll check the balance again too. Anytime you got goofy things going on it, I start taking shit. Most people add, I take shit away. Okay, let's see where it balances, and then we'll weigh it up. Yeah. I think there's perhaps we'll weigh the difference, how much I took off. That should be good. So far, I've slowed the controls down, the elevator, moved the lead outs forward, and moved the CG back. I'll tell you how much I took off of this airplane here in a second. Not as light as a Viper, but still pretty good. Don't fall down. 59.2. 59.2. So the difference I took off the nose is this thing here weighs This thing here weighs 3.1 ounces. Got a little fuel in it. 3.1, and this tank weighs I took an ounce and 2/10 off it. 1.9 to 3.1. Ounce and 2/10. So let's see how many grams that is. 54 from 94, 88. 88, 54 from 88. 34, yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, it's over an ounce. So we'll give this a go. I plan on getting there early. I'm going to lay over at John's Friday, and Saturday I'll roll into Brodaks. I'd say probably 2 o'clock. And hopefully I can get my same spot I've had for the last, I don't know, 5 years. I got some tanks done. I got a landing gear that's acceptable. I got the CLC wing jigs. I got the Tom Morris wing jigs. I got engines. I got all kind of stuff. I got propellers, box of props. I let them go for, I think, $2 a piece. There's brand new APCs in there. There's a few rev ups, but mostly electric props, because I ain't going back to electric. Got a bag of rev up props for Phil, brand new. So if you're looking for any of that stuff, see me at Brodaks. Oh, I got a Juno kit. I got a Airy, a Cobra kit, short kit, and a Cobra I'm going to sell. Get the Cobra. I'll let this go for $150. The short kit for $100. You can't even get this short kit for $150 anymore. So what does that say? RC Fred. RC Fred says, well, I'll be there. And everything I'm taking, I would like to leave there. So bring your wallets. I don't want to have to tote that crap back. I got a Will Tomorrow power, 24-volt power supply, a real good battery charger. I think it was $250 when I bought it. I let that go for $100. And the power supply, I'd like to get what I paid for it, $100. So I'm not trying to rape anybody. You know, I'm not going to use it. I would like to let it go to a home that it would be used. All this stuff I got. So I don't know what to talk about, you know, other than that I'm getting ready. I'm taking this one, the Profile Viper, the Blue Viper, and my June XL, and all this crap with me. It'll take a half a day to load the trailer, no doubt. Start loading on Thursday, I guess. This airplane flies good if I could just get the motor sorted out and this one trim issue. Like I say, I think it's due to weight. That's one of the reasons why I took the weight out and trying to get the weight out of this thing. Plastic, it was 60.2 or 60.3 with that other tank in it. So I took an ounce out of the nose, because what it does is when you give it control, it doesn't stay on plane. It doesn't just rifle through it real cleanly. It kind of does the hokey pokey. And it's not that bad unless you hit the corner real hard. So I slowed the controls down. I had them about 1.5 to 1 on the elevators, and I slowed them down about 1 to 1, really. And I'm hoping that'll help. And of course, moving the lead outs forward will definitely help. Because when I sight down, as I'm flying, when I sight down the lines, I'm looking at the inboard wheel ahead of the outboard wheel. So that means it's cocked out pretty good. So we moved them farther forward. Of course, that could change by changing the weight of the tank, go back a hole maybe. I just got to fly it and see what happens. And I'm hoping we're going to have good weather at Brodaks. And Steve looked at the cicada map, and if anybody's worried about cicadas at Brodak, there's not going to be any. That's good. We got cicadas here. I started this up in the front yard, and a swarm, like a bee swarm of cicadas, came out to see what was going on. It's terrible. I guess they thought this was it was the mating call. I had one go through the propeller and make cicada goop on the airplane. This airplane has a PA-65 in it. And, I give up a little weight running that power plant. A, it takes an extra ounce of fuel, and 2, the header and the muffler and the prop. This prop is heavier than the rev up, so what are you going to do? But Billy still got his Thunderbolt to 53 ounces. I don't know how he did it. He must have had helium wood. Of course, the wing's not as big as this. Oh, but the fuselage is gigantic. It is a jug. It is a barrel airplane. Seeing as that I'm probably never going to make top 5 at the Nats, the practice time around, I'll try this year, but I think I'm going to build some wild stuff for next year. Try all kind of experiments with canards and booms and just different shit. Just experimenting to see what they do. I have never built an airplane with a canard, but I got an idea for chines and a canard. We'll see how that works. But I think I'm going to try my hand at composite airplanes. I've got a pretty good idea how I want to do it. And I can do it all with pink foam. Oh, but the composite airplane ain't going to be an experimental airplane. It's going to be something I know works, like a Viper. Sure wish I wouldn't have hit the ground with that orange one. That's what I wanted to take. Thank you, Gary. But I skinned it up. I don't want anybody to see it till it's fixed, and I won't fix that till after the Nats. We got lots of work to do besides work on airplanes. How many of you guys get these letters? I'll read you this letter I got today, and I get them about three times a week. I get a postcard, and I get called about once a day. I'm so sick of these things. I'm interested in buying your house. I can pay you cash for as is. You don't have to repair it or even clean it up. You pay me no commissions, and I pay all typical closing costs. There's no obligation, so call me if you're interested in a no hassle cash sale. How many of you guys get these cards? I wish they quit wasting their money. If it was for sale, it'd be listed. I told the one guy, hey, Len, I told the one guy, yeah, I'll sell it, $1 million. Click. They want to give you $10,000 or $20,000 for it, and it ain't for sale. My roof is worth more than that. This building was built in 1901. It's a brick building. Not on a big lot. It's a shotgun 2-story house. Well, not really a shotgun because there's yeah. I've told him that, Bob. Hey, I'll sell it. Yeah, $1 million. They just hung up. I like the ones that I get. Your car's out of warranty. Really? Great. They said, well, what kind of car, what year, make, and model do you have? I said, I have a 34 Ford 5-window coupe. Click. They hang up. Of course, my 2004 car is way out of warranty. God, what a pain in the ass. They don't want you to own anything. And you don't really own anything. The city does, because they charge you the tax on shit you already paid for. They don't do nothing here. The roads are horrendous. There's another thing that gets me. They want to charge all this tax for driving on the road above the gas tax. The 50 cents a gallon gas. What have they done with all the money that they, I don't know how much your state sells in gas every day, but I bet let's find out. Let's find out, and then we'll. What is the Missouri gas tax? We'll start that right there.
Here's what I found.
25 cents a gallon, 24.5. So we'll just say 25 cents. How many million gallons of gas does Missouri sell per day?
I found this on the web.
Well, this is an old number. Let's see. Timeline depicts the gross volume of gasoline sales in Missouri. So this is a year's worth. It's 242.81. So 242 2400 24,000, 240,000, another zero. 24 million two times. You guys need to think about this shit. 0.025. Yeah, I guess that's probably not enough money. Let's see, that's 1,000. Yeah, they're only raking in $605,000 a year on gas tax for doing nothing. At $1 million a mile for roads, that's probably not enough. But our streets sure ain't getting fixed. That's another thing, like the AMA. What does they do? Why do we have to pay to enter the Nats? For what? We're already paying dues. You know, supposedly that place is ours because we're members. They're sharecropping it and getting the money. Where does that money go? They don't have but maybe 15 people working there. Where's the money? They must get some big salaries for being president. I don't know. I can tell you where Stunhanger money goes. It's all to the server. I have a nail, just drove into the stud, and then I take a coat hanger and I make a loop in it to go around the nail, and then a hook for the tail wheel and just hang it on the wall. I got 5, 6, 7 of them things around here. I'm going to make a rack. I'm going to get them up on the ceiling somehow. I think I can get 2 or 3 on that wall and 2 or 3 on this wall without interference. Maybe 1 up there. Because my little room over there is completely full. I can't get another airplane in there. That's why the Cobra is going to go. And maybe I'll sell my Nobler. The Nobler that I built on screen here. I'd sell my Tucker, but I broke the fuselage and I just glued it back together. So I really don't want to sell something that was broken and repaired. I got my high roller I want to sell. I got my Junar, a Junar XL for a PA75 I want to sell. 2 of those, come to think of it. 2 of those I want to sell. Everything I got for sale. Everything I got. All I got to do is have the right amount of money. That way I can build some more and make some more content. Because not working, things are tough. I got a postcard from Amazon. They want me to come to work for them. Time for me to go back to work anyway. It's after the Nats. I'll go back to work. That way they give them a year to get used to me before I got to go again. I've taken a year off. That's plenty. Boring. Got a lot of model stuff done though. Not much housework, but I got a lot of model stuff done. Did get a new front on the house this week. Got to put the porch back together and paint it. Never ending deal. I got to rebuild a bathroom when I come back. Maybe I'll do a video on that. We got a little half bath underneath the stairwell that the floor rotted out. I need to rip up the john, and I'm going to gut it all out and remodel it. But it's like a closet, so we ain't going to get a whole lot of space to view in. I just got a notification that our AMA, whatever that is. Finish your thought, Leonard. If you would like to come in and tell me about it, click on this link. Let's see here. Copy. This is different than Zoom. Paste. Leonard, click on that link. Have your camera ready to go and come on in and tell me all about it. That way it'll give us something to talk about. When I see you get backstage, I'll let you in. Just opens up in your browser. I don't believe you got to download anything. While we're waiting on Len, affiliate members is going from $45 per year to $125 a year. I don't know how many thousand members they got, but it's $100 a year, 90, I think. Maybe they got senior citizens. Maybe I ought to ask them, hey man, what's the deal for senior citizens? I always forget that. I always forget. You got any senior citizen discounts? Because I don't really consider myself senior, but I certainly am. Click the link, Len, in the chat box. Well, I guess I got nothing. If nobody's going to come in, talk to me. Len, did you see the link? Click on the link. Turn on your camera. Come in and talk to me. There's the link. Click on the link. Or anybody else who wants to come in and talk to me. So we got something to kill 21 minutes. Because I just don't have anything to talk about. I'm kind of talked out. Yeah, I guess you're not going to click the link, huh? I don't know. You know, I bet it's I bet it's average. I don't think it's going to be huge, but I'm telling you guys, if you've never been to Brodaks, you need to go at least once, and you better get there this year because who knows how much longer it's going to hang on. People are getting old and going away. I think I've only been going to them. There's some guys who've made every one of them. I think I've only been going to them maybe 10 times. That'd be good. 35 in advance. That'd be great. That'd be great. You know, Jack Sheets is gone, so the scale has gone down quite a bit. And the racing I never knew much about. You know, the combat, I don't know. It's all, we're slowly dwindling. Let's look at the AMA website and see how many are entered in open. AMA. And we're going to have to log in to see it, I bet. I'll log in. Come on, slow. There we go. Events. Got a low-flying Polish bird here. The Nats. They made their website so hard to navigate. Pampa. Come on. You can do it. Yeah, that ain't it. Let's see here. Maybe I need to go to register. Register, yeah. Let's register. I'm gonna have to get my campsite. Come on. Event registration. It just keeps going around in circles. I have to teach these guys how to build a website. There we go. There we go. Len Burrell, you're number one. I don't know if this is advanced and open combined. I'm not going to go through that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not like somebody came in. They did. All right, Len, you're in.
How are you, Sparky? Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I'm looking to see how many people registered here. Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 on page 1. So there's 18. Page 2 is supposed, that's 18 and 18 is 36. We'll go to page 3. 36, 37, 38, 39. I don't know why these are in twice. 39, 40, 41. I'm in there. 42, 43, 44, 45 registered.
Wow.
Now that's a combination. I can tell by looking at the names. That's a combination of open and advanced.
Right.
So I don't know who all is going to be in open or advanced.
Who knows? I know from here we've got me coming and Constantine's coming.
Bob Hudak says first round on Friday will end after 3 p.m. I guess that's Brodak.
Yeah.
And it usually ends up Sunday or Saturday, I mean. But I spend the whole week there normally.
We used to too. We
Well,
just can't afford to do them all anymore.
Yeah, and then you're going to be at the Worlds. Are you coming to the Nats?
Yeah, doing both. We're going to be there for the full Monty.
The 2 weeks worth, huh?
2 weeks worth. We'll be broke, but we'll have fun.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be there for the Nats, and I'm going to drive back after the Nats, and then come back the final days of the Worlds.
The Worlds. That's a good idea.
Try to sell some stuff.
I hear you, my friend. Life is very expensive now.
Yeah. I got a few tanks bagged and tested. I got one tank that can't get fixed. This is 3.
I may buy one off you, Sparky, but I have to find out how much this airplane's gonna need.
No sense in putting light shit in it if it needs nose weight.
Well, exactly. I'm gonna wait and test it and get it flying, and then find out what I need or what I don't need.
Well, I'm seriously considering making these Casminato type tanks because I cut this one open. I cut the back of it because it was no good. It wouldn't draw.
Okay.
And it had some kind of micron filter in it that had got, how fuel gets a booger on it after a while, slimy.
Yeah.
It would not draw through that booger. So I just put a regular clunk in it now, and the filter will go afterwards.
So it doesn't have solid tubes. It has an actual clunk. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, on that one.
Okay.
And the Uniflow line, this is a Casminato made tank. The Uniflow line ends right there, halfway, which is odd.
Okay. Works.
Because when I do my Uniflow tanks, my Uniflow tube goes all the way back.
Way to the back. Yeah.
With the pickup.
With the clunk. Yeah, with the draw line.
Yeah, they're soldered together.
Do you make them the same length, or do you make 1.5 inch shorter, or how do you do it?
They're about an 1/8 inch shorter.
Okay, all right.
The Uniflow's just slightly shorter, so it's not.
So it's not right in the same line. I got you.
You're not going to draw fuel out of the Uniflow, but
exactly.
I've heard people say, well, you don't want to make any air bubbles back there. It ain't going to do shit. I've done it like that for 50 years.
Hey, and if it works, why worry about it? I'm in the same opinion. People, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do this. Well, if it works for me, I don't care what anybody says. It works. It's the same as these guys saying, oh, you can't use one-to-one controls. Well, go figure. I've never built an airplane without one-to-one controls. They work fine for me. So go figure.
Yeah, I put this one back to one-to-one. It was one.
I know you did. Yeah, and you were struggling with it, and I heard that.
Yeah,
it'll probably fly just fine.
Well, I changed the center. I had to change the center of gravity, taking that tank out and putting this one in because it was about 1.25 ounces difference. But
yeah, big difference.
The parameter is still pretty close. It's still in the same spot. I moved the lead outs forward and slowed the controls down. I looked at tip weight. I got a 1/2 ounce of tip weight in this. I was going to take half of that out, which
did
I
you
still
fly it
like.
today?
No, I'm not going to fly it today.
Okay.
No, I won't fly till it get to Brodaks,
Okay, that's cool.
but I got to
Yeah,
start.
we went out today for a couple hours. We flew with Stuart and got his stuff all ready to go. He's ready to go to Brodaks, but he's very nervous because he's new to competition. He hasn't done it hardly at all. He's only got, I think, 2 contests under his belt. So he's pretty nervous and he's flying intermediate, but he'll be all right. He'll
Well,
do
it's
his
not like
best.
there's a whole lot of pressure in intermediate.
No. But there is when you're a young guy, or not a young guy, but a guy who hasn't done it much. You get wound up just like the guys in advanced or expert. He'll be all wound up just because there's so many people there, and he's never seen a contest like Brodaks.
Well, I hope it's as big as it was last year at least, but I don't know. I think
I like
the
it.
net. I think one year when the Brazilians came, I think there was 100 and some entered in open.
Yes, I remember seeing videos of that. It was huge. There were so many people there. It was crazy.
And the Worlds is like that because in 2004 when I was there at the Worlds, it was
Yeah.
like a carnival. There was thousands of people there.
Right. Well, it'll probably be a lot the same this time. Maybe not quite as much, but it'll be pretty busy, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good time. It'll be a good experience either way, no matter what happens. I'm excited.
You gonna win?
No, that was easy.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if I don't finish last. I've never done this before, so it's a new thing for me, but hey, it's all good.
Yeah. Pretty hard for
I
me to
got
make a team when I got such a big selection of
Oh,
great pilots.
yeah, you guys have too many good flyers for, you don't have much opportunity. I understand that. I mean, here I got very lucky. I mean, really, I was the second alternate, but 2 of the guys pulled out. So all of a sudden I get the phone call, "Hey, do you want to fly at the Worlds?" Sure, I want to fly at the Worlds.
Yeah.
Sign me up. I'm not going to get a chance again. I'm 63. I'm not going to be getting another opportunity, I wouldn't think. So,
They were saying that the World Cup is open to anybody. I'm thinking about trying that. It's
but there
right
is no
after.
World Cup.
Yes, there is. Just the AMA or the Pampa is not hosting it. The World Cup's
Okay.
right after the Nats.
And there will be one at Muncie?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, if there is, I might sign up for that. I'll see. I thought they weren't having it at all.
No. And from what I understand, anybody can fly in the World Cup. I don't know what that entails. Whether I have to get an FAI stamp and
Yeah,
how
I
much
don't know.
that is. And
Well, I already have that, so that's all good. I mean, I'm ready to go for that. I've got everything done already. Naomi's my secretary or admin assistant. She's my admin assistant. She's got all this stuff all done already. I'm ready to roll.
what did it cost for that FAI stamp?
Hang on. How much was the FAI license? Naomi?
Oh well, he's gonna go find out. Of course, I'm not sure I want to stick that on my airplane. Maybe under the wing. And if it's another $100, you count me out. They're gonna price themselves right out of the hobby.
Thanks. Yeah, Sparky, it was $75 American.
Yeah. So what is that? About 3,000 Canadian?
Yeah, something to that effect. Well, you saw what I said in the chat there. I put in, like, we just found out today, like, we've already paid our affiliate membership for the AMA for the year, but next year it's going to be $125
I
from
wonder
four
what
up from $45.
I wonder what our
So that
dues
means
next year.
it's just, well, I don't think yours are changing. It's just the affiliate when they're changing. But the thing is, if I have to pay my Mac membership here in Canada and then pay my AMA affiliate membership and Naomi's, we're over $400 in memberships. That's just craziness. Like, we just won't do it. We won't be able to do it.
What
It's
does
just
Mac do
insanity.
for you?
Well, Mac's our insurance, right?
Which is bullshit because your homeowner's insurance takes care of it. It's
So
this whole
we've been
deal.
paying-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just everybody piling on and taking more of your money all day long. Everybody wants more of your money. It's like, here, it's going up to this. Oh, here, it's going up to that. Oh, here, we're going to take some more of your money. It's just like, oh my God, go away. Just go away. It's just nuts.
One of these guys that want to buy this house would buy it, I'd be set for $1 million.
Yeah, for $1 million. Damn right. And why wouldn't you sell it for $1 million? Make it worth my while. I'll go somewhere else. Don't worry about it.
I don't know whether I'd
Exactly.
sell it for $1 million or not because you got to replace it.
Well, that's true. Well, you got to figure out what you need to replace it. What would you rather have that would make you say, okay, lock, stock, and barrel, it's going on the truck and I'm out of here? You know, if you can get enough money, you can go buy yourself a flying field and a beautiful home and take off and away you go. You know,
I don't
get
think
a
$1
Paul
million
Walker,
would cover it though.
get a Paul Walker ranch or something like what Howard Rush has. You know.
I don't think $1 million would cover a piece of property big enough in this state, and you're big enough for a flying circle and a house.
No, exactly. So you'd have to make it worth your while to make you want to say, okay, I'll go.
It'd probably be 2 million or 2.5 million.
Exactly.
And if it was California, it'd have to be 15 million. You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah, you can't. That's not going to happen. Oh, we have the same things here. Same ridiculousness. I'm just blessed enough to luckily have a friend who has a farm up the road where I can go and fly model airplanes. I'm 10 minutes from the field. It's all good.
You got it all rolled out?
Oh, yeah. Tom rolls it every year for us. He has a big commercial roller. Tom Knight has a big commercial roller. He just takes it over, unloads it off his trailer, and rolls around on that. Flat as a pancake. And then on his way home, he stops at my house and does my yard. Good guy.
Well, I'll tell you, Dennis had a mission, that contest in, I don't know why I can't remember the name of that town. Anyway, it's in Indiana, northern Indiana.
Right. Northern Indiana.
His RC club rolled that field. It was beautiful. As a kid, awesome. I never flew on a field that good, but not as good as Joe Knoll. Nothing is going to be as good as
Joe Knoll's just unreal. I haven't been there. We're still hoping to get there sometime, but it'll depend on finances. We'll see what we can do. We'd like to go next year. Like, we want to do these things before we get not healthy enough that they won't give us insurance to go. So we're going to try and do as many of them as we can.
Well, if you want to see what Joe Knoll looks like, go to your local golf course and find the biggest putting green there and look what the grass is. That's exactly what they got.
That's unreal. That's crazy. That's unbelievable.
I mean,
I've seen you guys land your planes there, like on the video, and I'm just shocked. It's like pavement, only green.
That's right. You could run around on the ground lap after lap. It's perfectly flat.
It's just crazy, eh? Wow.
Well,
that's awesome.
I had heard that they paid $60,000 just for the grass.
Yep. Hey, good fun doesn't come cheap, and that's the reality of it. It's like you saying going back to work. Heck, I'm still working part-time. What's our option? You still need money, and everything still keeps going up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, do whatever you got to do to make enough money to live your life. Just be glad you're healthy enough that you still can.
Yeah, I want to do it before I get, any problems.
That's right. The Amazon gig might be all right. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll read you the card that they sent me. I get all kind of goofy shit in the mail.
Oh, God, don't we all?
Damn. Let's see here. Amazon. Here we go. There's the Amazon warehouses hiring near you. Here's why you'll love working here. Competitive pay, regular and seasonal employment, great benefits, flexible schedule, welcoming and inclusive. Uh-oh, that means there's goofy people there. Culture.
That's right. Just don't pay any attention to those.
Well, if I apply for one of these jobs, it's either going to be a driver or a
Right?
mechanic. I don't want to work in a warehouse.
Oh, I understand that. Hey, do what you want to do. If they have the option for you to do something that you wouldn't mind doing and they pay okay and treat you well, who the hell cares? Take the money and run.
Yeah. Maybe they'll pay
Oh,
$40 an hour. They're inclusive.
well, I'm sure they pay more for people who know more. It's the way it is everywhere.
Yeah.
You're not going to make the same money to be a mechanic as you are to push grocery buggies. It's a big difference. I mean, I made all my money in the auto industry. I worked for Honda of Canada Manufacturing, building cars. Great money for 20 years. I made really good money, and that's what I needed. Now I don't. Once I had a heart attack, though, it was time to get out of that.
Like I made my money in Harley Davidson mechanic.
See, another good company where there's money to be made. They expect that that you have something to offer them, and they're gonna pay you for what you offer, and that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to offer, they have nothing to offer, and vice versa.
But see, those companies are looking for young guys. They're not looking for old guys.
Well, that's true. But you and I aren't going to start a new career in a company like that anymore. We're kind of doing the retirement thing at this point.
Yeah, they got a lithium plant right down the street. I could go apply at I don't know.
Okay.
It's some type of maintenance mechanic or something.
Yeah. It's all about what you can do and not get so fed up with it that you want to quit after a few months. If you can
Well,
find something where you're okay with doing it all the time or every week, then it's a good gig. But if it's something where it just pisses you off all the time, it makes you sort of say, why the hell am I doing this?
I'm one of the fortunate ones because in my life I've been a sign painter, an aircraft mechanic, an aircraft painter, real airplanes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I worked in I think I worked in the sign shop, worked in a cabinet shop. I got a cabinet shop in my garage, plus, with all the tools.
Yeah.
But I can build models, and I'm not talking about just model airplane. Just give me a set of blueprints, and I can run a lathe and an end mill, and the
Right.
grinders.
You have a lot of skills to offer. That's a good thing to have.
And as a mechanic, I was a mechanic for years, and part of Harley Davidson being a Harley Davidson mechanic was being a machinist. So
Done a lot.
I probably could be a brain surgeon, if I studied. I got hands.
You can make teeth too.
Yeah, I mean, I can make teeth, whatever I want to do. I've been really fortunate.
That's right. And you know what? I've seen that with you, Sparky. If you put your mind to something, you can do just about anything you want to do. I've watched you. I pay attention. Good for you. I thought that was just fantastic. I'm going to make my own teeth. Good boy. I thought that was amazing. Good
Nothing
stuff.
To it. Nothing to it. You got to figure they're paying somebody $10 an hour, and they're charging you $5,000. Where's the money?
Yeah, exactly. To make a stupid mold. Well, you know how to make a mold. It's not a problem. Go to her.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
I'm still wearing them.
Yep, they're still working. So where's the problem? There isn't one. Are you in any pain? No, I don't see you complaining. It must be good. That's awesome.
They fit better than the ones that I had made because I fit them.
Hey, end of story. End of story. You win.
How that all came about was the guy who made them. He's way out in St. Charles. I didn't want to drive out there. I said, hey, Billy, I got all the tools you got. I got a Dremel and cutters and all that. Would it be all right? Can I adjust these? He said, well, if you think you can, go for it. And so I adjusted them. So if I can grind away, he doesn't live in my mouth. I do.
That's right. And by the way, if you can adjust them, you can probably make them too. So you did. Good stuff. Outstanding.
I've never been
Yep.
afraid to try something, you know.
Well, that's how you get places, is by saying, okay, I'll try that. I can make that work.
Just get a book. Well, now they got the computer, but in the old days, it was get a book and see what's going on. Ask stupid
Exactly.
questions.
Now you don't even need a book. You just click on the internet if you want to figure out how something's made. Boom, it tells you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, go to
You know,
YouTube, type in "I want to make a hammer" or "I want to make a wrench" or whatever
you
you
want
want
to
to make.
make a log cabin, make a house, make a whatever you like to make. I mean, you can do it all. If you just have enough going on up here that you can say, I'm going to do this and I don't care, nobody's going to stop me, you do it. And that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
I try to stress to people about this model making stuff that I do. If you can learn to do this, you can do what I do. You can make anything.
I agree. I mean, I've been a modeler like you. I've been a modeler since, let's see, I really started, I'd say, when I was 16. When I was like, I did a little bit of like plastic modeling and stuff before that. But to say I started building model airplanes, like wooden model airplanes, I was 16. And I loved it right from day one, and I've always loved it. I'm like you. I'm more of a builder than a flyer. I like building. I love building.
My
People
first
say to me, "How come you're always building?" Well, I build because I enjoy building stuff. I like making things with my hands.
my first airplane was 7 years old. It was
That's
a
awesome.
Gallows P-40,
Yeah.
and I never finished that airplane. I did later on in life, and that very, very hard to build. Not because it was complicated, because it
Right.
was die crush. You know, you had to cut all the
Die
parts.
crunch.
Yeah,
Yeah. You had to hand cut them all. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
built my first model airplane, wooden model airplane, when I was 11. It was a Comet Taylor craft, little rubber powered one. And a buddy of mine who lived across the road in another apartment, I knew that he built model airplanes. And so I knocked on his door and said, would you help me build this? And he said, well, you're not going to be able to build it today. He says, it's going to take you some, like I figured you could build it in an hour or so, right? He says,
yeah.
you're not going to get this done today, but if you're willing to spend some time, I'll help you build it. It might take us a week or so. I'm thinking, a whole week to build a model airplane? He says, well, that's what it takes. If you want to learn how to build airplanes, I'll show you how to do it. And so he did. And he took me under his wing. And I ended up working with him until I was, well, I guess in my early 20s. And he taught me how to finish, how to do dope, how to do silk span, how to do all the different things. And that's how I learned. He's a
Well,
good
I'm
teacher.
Steve. He's never done this before. He's almost ready to go. Together,
Who's that? Oh, okay.
Steve
Yeah.
Smith, the judge.
Yeah. Yeah, I know who you mean.
I'll show you his
He's
airplane.
cool.
He hates sanding, but he better get used to it.
Yep. Sanding's a lot of work. Oh, good stuff.
Here's his. Can't really see. We're pretty close up. It's a crossfire.
I can see it. That's awesome. Looks sharp. Good job. All right. Nothing wrong with that. Looking good. How are you for weight so far?
Heavy.
Okay.
It'll
You'll
be it'll be 60 something.
you'll learn. We all learn at a different rate.
It ain't easy to build light airplanes.
It's getting harder all the time now because you can't get light wood. How do you build a light airplane with heavy wood? You can't. You just you got to shave it and shim it and figure out ways to make it lighter all the time. And it's hard. And it's a lot of hard work.
Well,
Like when
that's
I
our
took the
hour, Lynn. I think I'm going to end the program because it's my
no
dinner
problem,
time.
bud. It was good chatting.
Yeah, we'll see you at the Nats, and
You bet. You know you will.
I won't see
Stuart will
you.
see you at Brodaks on the weekend. I give him another $30 today for that motor, so that'd be awesome.
Okay, yeah, it's in the
All right.
box.
Yeah, no problem. All
I
right,
got.
Sparky, have a great time at Brodaks if I don't talk to you before, and have a good one. We'll see you
Thanks
later.
for watching, everybody. See ya. And that's the end of our stream. I appreciate you watching. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.